Well timed, my dude. Don't mind me being ghetto by putting up a sunshade for them. If you look closely, there's 3 little ducks in the background. That is my sage plant and my mugwort. And there's a lot happening here. Oh, so let me get out of the way, see if you can see some bees on the chives. These come back every year. And I haven't planted anything in this. I think I sprinkled some carrot seed a couple months back, and that's it actually. So that was across both beds, and you can see there's lots of cover crop in here. It is not all fabulous, but it is all technically edible. And so there's carrots and sunflowers and lamb quarters and calendula and mallow and some lemon balm that shouldn't be there. And there's asparagus tucked right back there in that tiny little corner. I don't know how it manages to survive because I'm pretty sure I built those logs on top of the crown by mistake. And all through here, I just weeded everything except for some sunflowers and carrots that I left behind. The chives, of course, and peppers all through here. And then tomato plants a little bit further through here. And then you can barely see it, but there was mustard coming back in this area from last year. And this is a leafy mustard as opposed to the mustard seed I typically grow. I still need to go through this entire area, pull up grass and weeds, and take out unwanted plants. But priorities. This is my raspberry bush, which is on its 2nd year, so hopefully, that's looking pretty promising that I'll get berries. I haven't planted anything in this bed because it is infested with ants, primarily on that side over there, but really I need to get some of that diamanthus. That's not right, is it? They sell something that's good for this. I'm going to say diamanthus earth. That's probably not it. But these are green onions and leeks still growing through here, some carrots, and sunflowers. This was corn last year, so I'm surprised that there's none of that growing, but I'm also not surprised because I harvested it pretty well. So I don't know whether to be happy or sad about that. This is the horseradish, and it always thrives in this area. And this isn't shaded too much yet because my trees have not grown in, but I have to figure out what crops to plant in this area. The chickens also keep kicking out the compost back this way, and it's suffocating some things. I'm expecting sunflowers and black-eyed Susans through here as usual. And then there is some clover growing. I need to pull that patch of grass, ignore that. And then also ignore whatever's in this bucket because there's nothing planted in it. It just looks like lamb's quarters. Again, edible, but not great. And I planted just a bit in this row. There's some marigolds and more tomatoes all throughout here. I've got a bit of dill, which is really fine plant, so it's difficult to see there. I've got some more dill I'm planting out front. It's carrots, calendula, summer squash is what I started through here again. And then I've got more peppers and tomatoes. Oh, sorry, it was focusing on my hand. Peppers, tomatoes, and all through this area there's still some things I need to pull grass-wise especially. But for the most part, what's lining this is sunflowers and calendula. And so those will be beautiful flowers pretty soon. and they're just clustered up because I don't thin them. And they are prolific. They just come back, and it's good for tea. And I have a lot of other stuff up front that's good for tea. The mugwort, sage, that's good for tea. And sometimes I let dandelions grow in here to also make tea. Sorry, I got distracted by the ducks. But the dandelions haven't been an issue. I think they're hunkering, trying to stay out of the sun. They kind of compete with the chickens. And by compete, I mean are completely bullied, because I haven't brought myself to slaughter my roosters. And naturally, as you would expect, those roosters, not nice. This is all my makeshift way of keeping the chickens off of the freshly planted plants too. And I've been out here for the past 3 days, so it's well worked. And I have seeds that I need to plant. I don't know when I'll get to it, but at some point, no matter what, this is going to be something beautiful for you to see.